Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Zamy, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. Let me ask you a question. Where else would you start a side gig? And how else would you grow it? I mean, that is you. If you're serious or curious, drop the word me in the comments and I got you. I'll get back with you after this live. What is happening? For those of you who are not following me, you can follow me on all my channels. I am live right now: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Hashtag side gig Sean, and I will follow you back. As you're tuning in, would love to know where you are tuning in from. I got a good one for you tonight. You are going to like it. You will like this one. And I got this message actually today. I was going through some stuff to see what I should be talking about tonight. And this message came across. I came across two, three different things, but this one really hit me. And I'm like, wow, this is really good. And I am excited to bring it to your attention. So, there are two people in this world that you got to make proud. And when you think about if you think about the two people that kind of run in your mind, right? As soon as I said there's two people that you got to make proud in this world, immediately your mind is going to start to think about the two people, possibly the two possible people, right, in your life. Mom and dad are the first ones that comes into play. Jesus and myself. Okay, I knew God was going to show up. I'm glad. Oh, dude, it's Big Bang Hang 420. What? What's going on? It's good to see you, brother man. And yeah, it's good to see you. So I knew God was going to show up, but I'm glad that you're here, my man. A lot of people would say mom, dad. Some people would say grandparents, caregivers, right? And some people may get even like that you may be a an adopted child. So there's that. So there's all kinds of people, right? And what's the answer? Carlos asks. My niece and nephew. Okay. So here's the answer. The two people that you gotta make proud in this lifetime is the 80-year-old you and the 8-year-old you. Think about that for a second. If those two people come to you and say, we're proud of you, really like what you did with us, I really appreciate that, you would have lived a pretty decent life. It is the same person, but with a 72 years of a difference. See, the first 8 years of our lives really change. Really, we get our personalities dialed in the first 8 years of our lives. That's why a lot of the adult wounds, when you go back, it goes back to your first 8 years, right? People die with regrets. Les Brown said there's more. Um, there's more inventions and ideas in a cemetery than anywhere else, because so many people die with ideas and fire and creations and inventions within them that they never bring to the marketplace. The first 8 years shapes the rest of our life. That's why it's so crucial. I've talked about this so many times. I have talked about, I'm not a parent, okay, but I studied child psychology, child behavior, and I definitely have my strong thoughts, and it's crucial when two people decide to have a child, that they are dialed in for those first 8 years, that they know what they're doing. They're going to shape a whole human. This human can turn out to be Hitler or Gandhi. You're responsible for that, right? That first 8 years, absolutely, you're programmed. That's why when in adulthood you have challenges with what? Changing. All these wounds come out. We got resentments, we got anger issues. I'm talking about myself. I'll throw myself under the bus here. You know, anger issues, resentments, holding grudges, having a tough time forgiving. Forgiving. Isn't that a big thing for us? Why? Because we're holding on to our childhood wounds. It all comes from the first 8 years. And then when you decide to change, when you decide to deal with these wounds, or when you decide to actually find help and better yourself and become a better person, you then become somebody. My mentor says this all the time. I steal this from him. You get to help. Excuse me. You get to help the person you used to be. See, if you were abused as a child and you grew out of it, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you help other kids that were abused as a child? If you're a single mom, if your mom and dad abuse you or left you, or grandparents this, or foster kid or foster parent, if you got all this stuff, and you have been able to live a great life and change and do great things for yourself, why wouldn't you feel that's your purpose? That's your purpose. You got to help the person you used to be. So this next 72 years is pretty important what you do with that. You can sit there, we can sit there and grudge and complain and blame all we want for the rest of our lives, and leave with regrets, leave incomplete, leave not having done our purpose. See, you would regret when you were supposed to do something and you didn't. That's where regret comes in from, right? So you feel like, oh, I had to do that, and I didn't. I regret it, right? And that's purpose when you look at it at a big picture in life, right? So I like that big handful 20. So I did a live on this before, but when you help somebody, it's actually pretty selfish. I'll flip the screen for you. I know, I'm one of those guys. When you help somebody, when you give a helping hand, when you pitch in, when you buy the guy behind you in drive through, you buy somebody a cup of coffee or something, that you leave a larger tip, it's actually selfish. Here's the reason why it's selfish: because it makes you feel really good. You feel good about it. I feel good about it. If I bought somebody lunch, randomly, like the drive through behind me, right? Buy somebody randomly lunch, I feel good about that. When you make a larger tip, you leave a larger tip, you feel good about it. And it's reciprocated. However, I know you agree with me on this one. However, you don't do it because it's going to repay you. You do it because you feel good about it. You don't do it. You don't tip somebody more and then sit there and say, "Oh, okay, where's my tip? Where's my favor?" You don't do it like that, right? You do it because you want to, and then it just happens, right? The good book says God loves a what? Cheerful giver, right? So that 80-year-old you is 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 the one that one of the things I love to say is, the person, you can see somebody, right? You look at a person and you can tell this person has got stories to tell. Like it's written all over their face. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I love that. Like when I see somebody, I'm like, oh man, this person, he's got a lot of story. Like he's been through a lot. I call it life mileage. They got some life mileage. Alicia, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, hey. I call it life mileage, right? Been around the block a couple times, right? You got some mileage. So I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing? And so it's the 8-year-old you, the 80-year-old you. It both of them, you may not be able to have much um, influence with the 8-year-old you when you're going through that first 8 years, but you do when you become an adult and you start to deal with what you've gone through, right? And that's the 80-year-old you. You can literally look back and say, ah, I did that, I did that. That was awesome. Like, all these things, right? Because you feel like you fulfilled your purpose. So now what am I going to do? What do you mean? Like right this second, I'm about to end this live and go for a walk and then sleep. If you really want to know. Um, but man, my beard is growing. I'm growing in my beard, you guys. What do you think? A little bit longer? I don't know. I had it down to here before. It's kind of a mess um, because it gets through that phase. It's just like your hair. If it gets through that, I digress. Anyway, that's total digression. Anyway, so 8-year-old you, 80-year-old you, make both of them proud. And I think that's so profound. You know, that's something that we can work on every day. So, with that, hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Some of you guys have given me so much love on my skits again. I used to do a lot more skits. I'm just starting to do them again. I'm having fun with them. So thank you for giving me love. Thank you for following me. Thank you. I'm just me. I just throw myself out there. I'm just me all the time. And so sometimes I don't feel like it. That's me too. And sometimes I do. That's me also. So I appreciate you checking them out, following, commenting. I love it. I love seeing that stuff. So, with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, you got somebody that's got to hear this, don't be stingy with my life. It's my life. Share it. Tag them over here. Let's go. And if you like to follow me, let's go. I'm live on all channels. You can follow me on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Thread. And I go with hashtag side gig Sean. With that, I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. My question is, where else would you start a side gig, and how else would you grow it besides online and with social media? Crickets. Drop the word me in the comments if you're serious or curious, and I got you after this live With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.